guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiara, aka Bookworm Babe. I have not made a video in like 2 weeks. It's crazy and I'm so sorry that I've been like really inactive and stuff like that. I've been feeling so bad that like I didn't make a video, and I'm also really like a good 2 weeks late on this video as well. As you guys already probably saw, this is gonna be my July wrap up. It's like August 10th, I think. Let me double check because I don't even know. Yeah. Okay, sorry, it's August 12th. Let's just pretend I didn't know what the date was, okay? Okay. But yeah, like, again, I'm really sorry that I've been like absent and, you know, taking forever with videos. I have a whole bunch of ideas floating around, and there's things that I've been wanting to do and haven't had the chance to do because of other projects, other work, just also like alongside just trying to like enjoy the summer and stuff like that, because, you know, I guess things have been a little more relaxed with like regulations and stuff, with like COVID numbers dropping and whatever. But yeah, basically, long spiel, that's me saying sorry it took forever to make a video. I'm back, I'm here. Two things I want to talk about today aside from the wrap up being one of them. I want to do an update on one of my projects, which is an anthology of Indo-Caribbean fiction, which features a whole bunch of up-and-coming young writers. So I've mentioned this before on my channel, I mean on my Instagram page, and I've done the call for submissions. The submissions came in. I have got all of them in, so it's gonna contain 16, maybe 17, we'll see, stories. At first I was gonna go with 15, but I had a couple really good ones that I didn't want to cap it. I just figured like I had to just go for it and do it. So it's going to be packed with all these really great fictional stories that depict the experience of Indo-Caribbean young people, basically, in like the modern age that we're living in right now. Because in the past with anthologies, again, one of my reasons that I wanted to do this project, the anthologies I've read are fantastic, they're great, the writers are amazing, no doubt about it. But they are from a completely different generation. They're a lot older, and a lot of the stories take place overseas, like back in the Caribbean, in Trinidad and Guyana and wherever else, whereas nowadays a lot of our stories and narratives have changed because we're here in North America, be it in Canada, in the US, in the UK, which are a lot of places that we've obviously migrated to, and those things have affected our narratives, our cultural experience, the way we perceive ourselves, and just overall kind of where we stand as a community right now in 2020, at least I would say, in my opinion. So that's really the basis to the book. And yeah, we're in motion now. I have all the submissions. I am slowly trying to make my way through them, because at first when I saw them I was honestly so overwhelmed. It was just like, oh my god, like I had all the emails start off and I'm like, okay, they're all here now. This is crazy, like this is real, because you know, part of you is always afraid, like what if no one cares about this project, like it's stupid and no one's gonna submit anything. But people did, and it's all there, and it's just a matter of editing some more, writing some more, cover designing, just a whole bunch of stuff. But that's just a really quick little update on where I'm at with that project, and I really want to kind of keep everyone like updated as well on what's going on and like how everything's going. So yeah, we're on the roll, like we're ready to go, and everything's just kind of slowly but surely getting done, and will get done. And yeah, I will literally just keep updating you guys as new things happen and new stages happen in like the development of the book, from the time of now on to when it releases sometime in the fall. So that's it in terms of that. And now I'm gonna just jump into this July wrap up, which is not gonna be too long because I actually only read 3 books in July. I'm doing better already in August. but I'm gonna share the ones that I read because they were really, really awesome. The first book that I read for July after coming off a really boring book that took me almost like 3 weeks to read was Tea by the Sea, and this is by Donna Hemans. I saw this book floating around on Instagram a lot, and it looked really good. A lot of people had good things to say about it, and so I went for it. I was like, I'm buying this, I want to read it. And honestly, it was so good. I could not put it down. It was literally page turn, like it had everything you'd want in a book. There was, there was betrayals, there was like a love story, there was disappointments, like there was just everything. So basically the story follows Plum, who goes back and forth between Jamaica and Brooklyn. So when she was, I think she was 17 or 18, she had her daughter, and her daughter's name is, I forgot the daughter's name. Her daughter's name is Opal. The man she was with, Lenworth, who's the father of her daughter, literally walked out of the hospital with their daughter and took her away from Plum. And this story basically follows Plum's journey trying to find out why he took their daughter, why he left her literally high and dry, and basically it spans over the course of 17 years that it takes her to find her daughter, because every time she gets so close, it's like she's so close but so far at the same time. And it's such a crazy story, and I don't want to say too much that kind of spoils it, because I feel like you do need to kind of read it to get like all the good stuff. But basically, long and the short, Lenworth thought he was saving Plum because she was younger than him. I think he was like 24 and she was, yeah, like 17 or 18. So he thought he was doing her a favor and basically saving her by taking the baby and raising her himself, because in his head, Plum had this whole life ahead of her. She was young, she was a teenager, and to become a mother was basically robbing her of her potential and her future. And then that's basically where it goes from there. The only thing I will say is I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. I was hoping for something a little more, I guess, like heartwarming, or something a little more like of a happily ever after. Like, to be quite honest, I was kind of hoping that given this like turmoil of a story, there'd be a happy ending. But it was kind of, I don't know, it was sort of, I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was kind of abrupt in a way, and it just wasn't what I was expecting. But honestly, I can't say it ruined the book or anything like that. This book was amazing, and I think this is Donna Hemans' second novel, so whatever she wrote first, I'm not too sure, but I really, really want to read it, because this is my first time reading her, and she is very, very good at what she does, and her craft is absolutely fabulous. This is like a 4.7 out of 5 for me. Just that 0.3 is because like I wasn't a fan of the ending, but other than that, literally phenomenal. Next I have is Land of Love and Drowning, and this is by Tiphanie Yanique, also a Caribbean author. So actually everybody in this month's reading is a Caribbean author. Donna Hemans, I think I'm pretty sure she's Jamaican because the story took place in Jamaica. Tiphanie Yanique is from the Virgin Islands, and the next book I have, the author is Haitian. So lots of Caribbean books to share here too. So basically, Love of Land and Drowning was, again, like absolutely phenomenal. Tiphanie, again, a master of her craft. I don't know, Caribbean women are just amazing storytellers. Literally, they do the most at their craft and really, truly like master it. So this book followed over the span of, what was it, like, I think it was like 60 years or something. I know it says it back here, but it was kind of from the early 1900s to the like mid 1900s, like kind of like 1950s or 60s. It follows 3 siblings. There is Iona, Annette, and Jacob. Iona and Annette come from the same parents, and Jacob was the result of their father's outside affair. During the story, there is a lot of unlikely triangles that go on. So given the fact that Jacob was an outside child, Iona and Annette's father had died when they were fairly young. Annette was just a baby, and I think Iona was like a teenager when he died. He's a ship captain. Their mother passed away not too long after, so they were left alone, and Iona basically raised Annette. The last thing their mother had said to them before she passed away was to keep keep away from this outside child, basically just because it's going to cause trouble, and trouble it certainly causes. So Iona does her very best to keep Annette away from Jacob, although they do have one encounter as a child. And of course everyone grows up, does their thing. Because of the parents dying, the family, who was very well-to-do, lost their villa by the sea. It is literally called Villa by the Sea, and Iona basically spends her entire life, as we see in the book, chasing after that status and lifestyle that she had growing up that was taken away from her with her parents dying. Annette has a lot of different love triangles. She marries, you know, her high school sweetheart. It doesn't work out. Then she meets Jacob and does not know it's her brother, and they too have a love affair. And then Jacob goes off to the States to study to be a doctor, because that's what his mother was very dedicated to wanting him to do. And so he kind of leaves Annette again sort of high and dry, but with the intention of coming back. He just genuinely wanted to be undistracted by like her love and his love for her in order to come back and provide the best she can for their child. And yes, they had a child. And then Annette ends up with a boy from her that she grew up with from school, and they get married and then ultimately stay together for the rest of their lives, or at least from the years that we see in the book. And they also have a child as well. And then, so basically, it's just a whole intertwining with these siblings and just the different effects that they have on their island, their environment, the people they come across. And it's also a really there's a lot going on, because this is at a point where the Virgin Islands is switching from its like Danish to American rule. So the island is becoming Americanized, and people are celebrating this. And at the same time, people are they're gentrifying the island, building hotels and things like that, and people want to hold on to the island itself. Like, how are the, you know, islanders who were born and raised there not allowed on certain beaches? It's literally their island. So yeah, basically stuff like that. It's literally like the title says, there's love, there's drowning, and the drowning is obviously metaphorical, but it's such a good book, and there's so much like twist to it that it's kind of hard to explain it all at once without like just giving the whole book away. But this was literally like 5 out of 5 for me. I literally loved it. I got through it in like 2 days, and yeah, this whole wrap up is just full of like 5 out of 5s, or just like so close to 5 out of 5s, because I genuinely loved all these books. And the last book that I have is called Pride, and this is by Ibi Zoboi, and like I said, she is a Haitian author, so another Caribbean author, and this is a Pride and Prejudice remix. So this book follows Zuri Benitez. She is a 17-year-old girl. She's from New York. She lives in Bushwick, and she has so much pride for her community, her culture, her everything, but Bushwick is being gentrified. So this abandoned like house lot across the street from her family's apartment basically got turned into this huge mansion, and this very rich family moves in with their 2 sons who are very attractive, and everyone in the neighborhood is like, oh my god, like, you know, these boys, like, you know. And Zuri is just not having it. She's like, I don't like them. I don't like they're this. I don't like they're that. Bushwick forever. She is just extremely patriotic to her area. And the minute she kind of steps foot outside of Bushwick, she gets very like, this is not Bushwick. I don't like it. This is, you know, I don't like it. And then, so there's Darius and Ainsley. Those are the 2 brothers. Ainsley's the older brother, and Darius is the younger brother. So Ainsley ends up having a little thing with Zuri's sister Janae, and then Zuri and Darius kind of fight the sparks between them, and also the clashing of obviously their 2 worlds. Zuri has 4 other sisters, including herself. Is it 4? I think it's 4 or like 6 altogether. No, 4. There's 4 other sisters including her, so that's 5 girls altogether. They live in a very cramped apartment. They are not rich at all. Their parents, you know, they do their best, they do what they can. The girls literally kind of share like the living room as their bedroom. So her life is very, very different from Darius, who has, you know, this whole like tricked out basement to himself, lots of space, a rooftop like space to chill in his like Bushwick mansion basically. And the story kind of follows how Zuri has to adapt to change basically. It sucks when our neighborhoods and our culture is obviously not appreciated by people coming to gentrify, but certain changes are for the better. So in the end, the family ends up having to move, obviously due to the changes and whatnot. But their new home is bigger, they got money because of obviously like the apartment space being bought over, and they get to have this whole new beginning, which is really great for them. And of course, you know, Zuri and Darius have such a nice little like kind of love story, but it's also kind of annoying at the same time. At one point, both their characters annoyed me because I'm like, Darius, you're so quiet, you need to speak up and tell Zuri to like shut up, like literally, because Zuri would just go off on him and be like, nah, 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 nah. And then Zuri's character was annoying me because I was like, yo, honestly, like, I know you love your area, but you need to like grow up. You need to see the world. And her sister told her that too when she came home for the summer after her first year of university. She's like, Bushwick is great, this is our home, but there's a whole world out there that we need to see. So I really liked all those themes, and again, flew through this 5 out of 5. I loved it. Those are the 3 books that I read for the month of July. As you guys probably can tell just by seeing me talk about them, like I am genuinely like thrilled and excited at these books. They were all so good, and I would seriously recommend like check out all these authors. They've all written like more than 1 book, so they're all on my list for sure. I literally enjoyed like all of their writing styles were phenomenal, and just literally like I think all these books I read anywhere between 2 to 3 days. Like that's literally how good they were. I'm gonna be wrapping up this wrap up. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated on the book. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on, you know, what I'm reading, of course, as per usual. And I'm also thinking of starting a series where I am gonna share some writing tips, some editing tips, things like that, just because I think it'll be really fun to just share those things and have like more conversations around like writing as well, because I'm also a writer myself. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. I will definitely start doing those very soon, probably before the end of this month. And that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much to everyone who has been watching, subscribing, and liking. I appreciate it so much. Take care, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.